My graduating project was to develop a food safety and standard documentation for BC commissaries. The motivation was to create that guideline that will provide a threshold of food safety for entering into the industry and operating as a commissary in British Columbia.
A commissary kitchen is a place that's going to be able to house multiple food businesses at one time. Whatever that need is, they're going to need a health-approved facility that they can produce their goods in.
Right now, there's a smattering of judicial bodies and regulatory bodies that are responsible for food safety, all the way from CFIA federally to your local health inspector regionally. And they all have different criteria for what those standards should be and look like.
Often for us, in industry, we don't have that same opportunity, that same time to look at these issues that are in our industry, how and what we can do to address them. And we definitely want to make sure people feel confident, not just the processor, but that processor's customer. They want to feel confident that they can buy safe food.
So what we really needed was somebody to come in and help us pull all of those different facets together and create one guidebook that easily allows all the standards to be met. That's why we called UBC and got the students working on the project.
My faculty supervisor was Dr. Mike Johnson, and he was really helpful from the start of the project in terms of developing the guidelines, also helping us to define the scope of the project from the start, because the timeline was very key and important. We also had a small meeting in a group of 5 from other students from our class who are doing other projects, and we'll hear from each one of what the challenges he's facing or she's facing, and we'll give feedback to each other of what we think we should do or to get better in terms of going forward. So that was helpful. I would say I was able to integrate the skills that I learned in MFRE into real life setting by learning how does the policy analysis or the analysis we do, how it affects the whole supply chain from top to bottom. And another set, I would say I was able to learn how the government policies affect the businesses, their daily job.
The biggest skill set that would have been required is, how do we problem solve? What does that look like? Analyzing the issue, and then being creative in those solutions.
It was on both parts, technical and soft skills. On a technical part, I just had to learn some food safety regulations, extend knowledge, and also other skills was to develop and writing a public document, that guideline. So it comes with a lot of attention into details. And on the soft skills, I extended my communication skills and project development. Because on the communication, it was hard to get attention and appointment with government officials. So I had to be straightforward in the email of what I want and what exactly I'm working on. So it's a big thing that I learned, how if you want to involve someone in your project that you don't know, how do you approach him or her to get him involved.
Espoir came to the table with not just a unique or fresh view, but he came at it with a great attitude. And anytime somebody's keen and eager to not just learn, but to solve problems, good things happen.
We have a great opportunity to engage with students, give them an opportunity to learn, understand our industry, and develop some passion for it. Of course, the ultimate benefit for us was to come away with a working guidebook that can be applied to any commissary across the province, no matter where you are, and actually support commissary members to provide them with that document that allows them to ensure that any product and any manufacturing happening in their facility has consistent standards of food safety.
It was an eye-opening experience and educative, going from we go from the whole food processors to the market, then from the market to the consumer, how the whole process chain works.